and welcome to Tool of the Day 29. Tool of the Day 29, it's got quite a history of getting people to the hospital for stitches. Honestly, this is the one tool, now there's actually two, but this is one of the two tools that will most likely cut your finger, and that is the utility knife. Utility knives have basically a razor blade in it that usually retracts back and forth. This one does not. This one is fixed. It's out all the time. And so this is just a constant hazard, right? I mean, if it's in your hand like this, it's fine. But if you're reaching into a toolbox or something like that and then the blade is out, that's not good. So this is a fixed blade utility knife, as opposed to what most of them have a safety where they've got a little knob on top and you can push that blade out. And so that's really, really good. Anytime you're using a tool like this, you shouldn't have regular glasses on. You shouldn't have no glasses on. You should really have safety glasses on. Okay. So the utility knife is an awesome tool, but it's not the tool that you go to grab to fix something because nothing else will work. This is a tool that's used, it's great to trim things, cut things. If you're holding a piece of material and you're trying to cut along an edge, that's great. Normally they say if you're trying to cut along an edge and you're holding a piece of material down, make sure your thumb is in. Normally we say don't cut towards you. So if you're like holding something, okay, and you're trying to cut something and you're holding it and you're bringing it towards you and you're applying some sort of force, once it breaks free of that force, it's going to come forward and cut you. And that is so common, ladies and gentlemen. Fingers, I've got cuts on my fingers. I'm not perfect. I've been cut by this little beast. He owns a few stitches on my hand, and every time it's attributed to kind of being in a hurry and wanting to kind of see if this will work kind of thing. So if the mentality is, well, let's see if this will work, chances are you're going to need a Band-Aid. That's what's going to be the end result. So beware, user beware. So this is a utility knife. It's tool number 29. There's other shapes of utility knives. Here's another one. This one has a razor blade that goes in and out as well. This is really good for scraping stickers and things like that because the entire blade is open all the way around. Here's another one that's really common. We use this one on the stove to scrape on a glass stovetop to scrape all the extra burnt food away. So these work really, really well. And then clean it with cleaner. Something interesting about these, normally you can open these up, and when you do open them up, there's a little spot inside. There's a spot inside for extra blades. So if you find that you've got a really dull blade, maybe yours has some inside. Let's check this one and see if there's any inside. There's none in the other one. This one I've got to take a screw out, okay, and then I can open it up. And sure enough, there's some extra blades. So if this blade was rusty or not very good anymore, I have two options. I can switch the blade around and use the other side, or I can grab a new blade and put it up here and then throw this one away. If I don't have a good place to throw this one away, I could put the dull one inside and then put the new one on and put it back together. Okay, so you don't want to cut pulling towards yourself. You don't want to use it as a last resort, and just kind of being aware, if the blade does slip in whatever direction, will it end up hitting something that's of value to you? Value could mean the red surface on the fire truck. I wouldn't want to scratch that. Or the value might be a finger or an eye. So, or maybe when you're cutting with something like this, are you thinking about the surface underneath? A lot of times we end up cutting a material, but we don't think about the tabletop that we're cutting it on. And that maybe we're cutting through like the newspaper barrier that we have down to protect the finish of the dining room table, right? So we would want to have a better material like a piece of wood or some sort of cutting mat that could go down. So tool number 29 is the utility knife, and it's a Band-Aid bandit. Woo! There it is, and there you have it.